Hello, dear lovely audience. Welcome back to another Bravo TV new recap. Everyone, I know you'll have been waiting for this. Thank you guys so much for your patience. The Rob daughter headed to Mexico for a romantic getaway with her new husband. I loved every minute. Alexia Umansky and Jake Zingerman are basking in newlywed bliss. Fresh off their September 6th wedding in Los Angeles, the longtime couple headed south of the border for a quick, celebratory getaway. Fans received several peeks at the trip on Alexia's TikTok and Instagram pages, where she showed off her and Jake's incredible suite at the one and only Mandarina in Riviera Nayarit, Mexico. Alexia Umansky and Jake Zingerman celebrate their marriage in Mexico. "This is the most insane room," the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills daughter captioned a video highlighting the resort's lavish amenities. "Spent our last night in, ordered room service, and watched movies while the lightning lit up the sky. The nights were hot and balmy, and I loved every minute of the rain." Alexia also posted photos and videos of the gorgeous coastline, the sandy beaches, and a romantic dinner date at the resort. "Smiles on our races the entire time," she wrote in another post. "What a wonderful stay it was at the one and only Mandarina." Alexia Umansky teases her and Jake Zingerman's honeymoon. The SoCal real estate agent teased the trip during a September 9th Instagram Q&A after a user asked where she and Jake planned to spend their honeymoon. Alexia said she and her new husband would soon head to Mexico for a mini-moon, a little getaway before their larger trip in 2026. "Planning something special for February," she replied. "Thinking Japan/Thailand." Alexia Umansky explains why she hasn't locked down her honeymoon plans. Alexia was also asked about her honeymoon during a recent Amazon live stream with her mother, Kyle Richards. While dishing on her big day, Alexia confirmed she and her then-fiancé had not selected a honeymoon destination.
Why?
Well, they were simply too busy preparing for their wedding. Related, why Mauricio Umansky left Kyle Richards in tears at daughter Alexia's wedding. "We actually haven't decided yet.
So TBD, she said.
We're not gonna go right away. It was too hard to plan a honeymoon and a wedding in such a short amount of time. I don't know why we planned a wedding in such a short amount of time, but we did." Alexia walked down the aisle about 10 months after Jake proposed. According to the Not 2025 Real Wedding Study, the average engagement for U.S. couples is 15 months long. "First of all, we're impatient and we're unorganized," Kyle said about the relatively fast wedding. "Also, if we waited a year, we would be rushing anyway," Alexia added. The Beverly Hills daughter said her ceremony would have been exactly the same, even if she had more time to prepare for the wedding, and that the only thing that might have been changed was her honeymoon schedule. "If we were to plan ahead, I would have been able to plan a honeymoon," she said. "Everything else would be the same." Alexia Umansky and Jake Zingerman tie the knot. Alexia and Jake exchanged I do's in a Midnight Garden-themed ceremony in Topanga Canyon, California. Kyle and her estranged husband, Mauricio Umansky, walked Alexia down the aisle in front of their family and closest friends. Attendees included Alexia's sisters, Farrah Brittany, Sophia Umansky, and Portia Umansky, all of whom were maids of honor, as well as Alexia's Aunt Kathy Hilton and Alexia's cousins Nikki Hilton Rothschild and Barron Hilton. The guest list also featured a number of Bravo celebrities, like Rob's Erica Jane, Dorrit Kemsley, and Sutton Strake, as well as Rob alums Lisa Rinna and Teddy Mellencamp. Get more details about Alexia's wedding day and her jaw-dropping wedding ring. The morning light in their honeymoon suite is soft and quiet. It wiggles through gauzy curtains that rustle in a gentle breeze, carrying salt from the sea. Alexia wakes first, curled into the duvet, Jake already awake too, eyes following the slats of sunlight across the wall. They lie there for a beat, letting the hush of having no schedule wash over them. Chapter 1. Arrival and Discovery. They arrived the prior evening, stepping off a small propeller plane onto a tarmac glowing with the last flush of sunset. Alexia's travel bag, carefully packed with a few pieces she loves most, a delicate necklace, a silk headband, a stack of Polaroids from over the years, sits by the door. Jake carries a bouquet of frangipani and gardenia blossoms, their white petals fragrant in his hand. The scent falls into the room, light and intoxicating. Their accommodations are modest, but perfect: wood floors, whitewashed walls, open windows overlooking turquoise water. Maybe they're somewhere off the coast of California or an island in the Caribbean, somewhere that feels suspended, a world apart from the bustle of wedding planning, press, family, the next big thing. They chose this mini-moon purposefully, not to post, not for perfection, but to be together. Chapter 2. Unhurried Mornings. Alexia wakes to the sound of waves brushing shore, birds in the trees. She rubs sleep from her eyes and sees Jake already on the balcony, holding 2 steaming mugs of coffee. They sit shoulder to shoulder, wrapped in towels, facing the rising sun. The sky shifts orange-pink to golden, the horizon's curvature soft and distant. He hands her the mug. There's no need for words yet. Breakfast is fresh fruit, flaky pastries, perhaps mango and papaya, coffee so good it feels like a luxury. They eat slowly, laughing about something trivial, maybe a text from a friend, or a joke about the chaos of the wedding day. The world outside their room doesn't exist for this stretch of morning. Chapter 3. Wandering and Connection. Later they walk, barefoot in sand, feet cool and damp. Jake lifts Alexia's hand and twists her fingers with his. They explore a path lined with hibiscus and creeping vines. Driftwood sculptures, hidden cliff overlooks, secret beaches where tidal pools shimmer with sea stars. Alexia takes out her phone to snap a photo. Sunlight through palm fronds, Jake's silhouette framed against the sky. But then she puts it away. For a while she carries nothing but the moment, the feeling of warmth on her skin, the salt taste in the air. They stop for lunch at a seaside shack. Grilled fish, citrus salsas, cool coconut water straight from the shell. A stray dog follows them. Alexia gives it a sliver of her bread. Jake laughs, says she has a heart too big. She counters that he's the romantic one. Chapter 4. Evening Rituals and Shared Stories. Back at dusk, their room glows with lantern light. Perhaps some candles, soft ambient music. They trade stories. Remember when we were kids and school ended, and we thought graduation was everything? Alexia recounts the early days of their friendship. Jake replies with his memory of the moment he realized she was more than that. How she laughed, how she cared, how ordinary became unforgettable. They dress up a little, not out of obligation but because the air feels electric. A simple dinner by candlelight, fresh fish, greens, wine if allowed, laughter, the gentle clink of silverware. Alexia wears one of her favorite dresses. Jake leans in to kiss her hand. Chapter 5. Stillness and Reflection. Night comes, and they watch stars. Maybe there's no moon, or maybe a thin crescent. Either way, the darkness above feels vast and full of promise. Jake points out constellations. Alexia leans back against him, head on his shoulder. The sounds, distant waves, crickets, perhaps a lullaby of rustling leaves overhead. They don't talk until one of them whispers, "I can't believe this is real." The other answers, "It always was." They hold hands, tracing rings, thinking how far they've come, from grade school friends to this moment of togetherness after a whirlwind wedding. They allow themselves gratitude, vulnerability. Chapter 6. Small Surprises and Joys. On some mornings, they let time slip. No alarms, no itinerary. One afternoon, they find a local market. Alexia picks up a handmade cloth, a candle, maybe some spices. Jake bargains in broken Spanish or local dialect. They share street food under a canopy of colorful umbrellas. On another day, they swim off a hidden cove, salt water clinging to their skins, laughter echoing off rocks. Jake surfaces, water dripping from his hair. Alexia holds his hand, pulling him close. In the sun-hot water, weightless, it feels like they could stay this way forever. Chapter 7. Coming Home, but Changed. As the mini-moon winds down, there's a bittersweetness, the knowing of tomorrow, of returning to life with new names, new roles, but also with this shared memory. They pack the bags, lingering over wrinkles to iron out, souvenirs pressed between clothes. Outside, the last dinner, last walk on the beach. And then, In the soft-lit car ride back to the airport, Alexia looks at Jake and says, "Thank you. It's enough." Because sometimes love itself, unadorned, is the gift. Epilogue. What they bring back. Back home, they carry more than photos. They carry warmth in the way they look at each other, a secret smile remembered, the scent of the ocean on their skin. These liminal days, neither past nor yet fully future, become threads that weave into their married life. In quiet mornings together, in cooking dinner, in every anniversary that calls them back to that time when the world slowed just for them.